Hey you guys, how is it going? It's KlaireeBerry, and I decided that I did want to give you a second video for Thursday, October 1st. And keep in mind, these don't have to be exactly on the day. I know they're called daily readings, but you know, some things just happen earlier for people. When things tend to happen for me, they tend to happen a little bit early. So keep that in mind. In fact, you can have the same energy or the same message needing to come through on a completely different day. So if you're drawn to a video, just watch it, okay? Follow that instinct. Okay, so we are just going to jump right in here. This is a general reading. Take what resonates. I do have personal readings available. You can find more information, of course, in the description box below. So there's a lot going on, and I did not get to talk about it all yesterday. There is this yod energy, which we did talk about yesterday. It's kind of like this challenge that we have between having fun and having to work, and that's, you know, there's a relationship with that. There's some movement in that, and I guess you say discussion with that, you know, in our lives right now. It's kind of this inner tension that, you know, we're finding more and more that we need to, you know, do the whole get out in nature, go out on a walk, you know, pet the dog, relax, do those activities which lower your blood pressure, and work on those things. And really what it's about is about, if you want to be the best that you can be, if you want to stop making things harder on yourself than they have to be, then you need to be able to keep up your motivation, but you also need to be able to change some of these more basic habits, the unconscious stuff, you know, that comes just from, you know, our deep emotions and stuff from long ago. But paying attention to our emotional needs also just part of learning who we are and what we do need, what is a non-negotiable for us. And a lot of us are drawing or redrawing those lines in the sand at this time. A lot of, I think, divine feminines who, again, kind of had put up some boundaries are now able to move on soon, or, you know, really even alter the boundary in a way that is more, you know, apt to bring success. Okay, so starting something, you know, doing it differently this time, you know, taking this initiative to, again, do the work, to go within. We have like this extreme within card here, you know, and this is like shedding a lot of outside stuff, a lot of projections that other people have put on us throughout our lives. You know, when you're a kid and some assholes just being, you know, projecting their crap onto you, you know, that's who you think you are. And then you don't realize, you know, until after, you know, much connection and insight and thinking and, you know, this connection, listening to, you know, that side of yourself, you know, that you touch base with when you are in nature, you know, when you are around animals and things like that. But that's knowing yourself at a deeper level. Okay, and there's many different ways to get there. You know what I mean? To get to the place where you want to be, to going within, and that, you know, just having those realizations that need to happen. Okay. So I know I can't fit too many on the screen with how close the camera is. So we're going to pull up. And so, yeah, it is a good time, you know, for this info coming to light. I think we're going to have even more things. You know, we just have the tax returns. We're going to have more things like that. And it's like, beware, you know, sometimes our motivations can get us into trouble if we're having motivations that are not, again, in alignment with who we are. And it's really sitting down and asking yourself point blank, like, well, what the heck is up with that part of my life? Like, is this really necessary? You know, like, is this really who I am? Is this really helping me at all? Or am I just going through the motions because I think that's what is expected of me? You know, I remember as a young mother, you know, just did not have time, you know, or energy to want to go out. And therefore a lot of relationships died out in my life, because all of my friends at that time were very young and were just wanting to go out. So, you know, it took me a long time to kind of realize that that wasn't a bad thing and that I didn't have to feel bad. Like, I literally felt bad that I wasn't, like, you know, actively out partying with them on a Friday night, trying to keep up these friendships of that. And then I realized, you know, like, that's not a true friendship if it's not really going to last outside of drinking or, you know, hanging out on a Friday night, as opposed to whenever, you know, you're available. So it's just letting go of these things, again, we think we have to do. Like, now we're finally sick of it. Now we finally have enough drive, enough motivation, enough maybe even anger, you know, but also connection here. We've been getting this card a lot. You know, and just as the timing is right, the energy is right for us to act, to start that initiative, to just go with it and do things that are actually really probable, you know, to give you really good, quick results right now. So that's why it's been so important for us to stay connected, to remember, and it's this balance, both sides of yourself, your inner and your outer. The inner might be growing right now because there's so much that we realize when we start awakening spiritually. There's so many mental realizations. There's so many things you realize about your habits. Wow, why did I do that? You know, it's so much more easy to do it this way. You know, there's really some brainstorming energy. Look, we got this again. Got it again. Definitely going within, dealing with the fear, independent thought, not, you know, not being afraid to go off in a whole new direction. And in fact, closing down the external bullshit, the rah-rah-rah in our ears, the telling us who we are, the advertisements. No, that energy is transforming, dare I say, dying. We are entering a new age and we are ushering it in. And it's so important to stay, you know, on this side. I got to take a sip. Hold on. It's important to stay open to the side of ourselves that is willing, you know, to do these hard truths, these looks in the mirror. I've been so excited with all this energy. I haven't even been talking about my program, but I've been mentioning shadow work and shadow work and shadow work. And here, you know, this is the first step to really getting real with yourself. Really getting real with yourself. And that's the first step to getting real with your person. Obviously, is to get real with yourself. Change begins within. Okay, let's just all focus on getting real. Again, being so connected. And it'll show in your daily life. Your habits will, it has to show on the outside. That's just the way that it is. Once you get it within, once you get your mind right, once you're able to turn off, you know, turn off that TV, turn off those, you know, commercials, turn off these old records in your own head, you know, that play on repeat. There's a lot of science about the brain here, okay? A lot of science about the brain. If you look into multiple personality disorders, the brain, you know, or the mind, body, whatever you want to call it, that is running the show. It is changing blood pressure, eye color. Physiological things are changing from the inner mental problem that is causing these issues, okay? Same thing like phantom limbs. You ask anybody with a phantom limb, they still feel it. It itches maybe sometimes in the middle of the night and they just can't, you know, it's like you can't, it's the mind is so important. And that's why we have to be focused. If you have a goal, which I hope you do, you know, I mean, obviously your goal here is to be in this union with your person, in this loving bond with your person. And we need to define that for ourselves and not let anybody, any entity, any school of thought. I see people that walk around and then they're just like caricatures almost, because they're like subscribing to, like, you can take one look at them and literally plot out their entire life almost and tell you so much about that person. When did we reduce ourselves to that? Somebody should not be able to look at you and just be like, I know everything about you because you're just like every other person that they've made. Don't allow ourselves, that's this whole conversation on the outer realm as well, you guys. Don't allow yourself to fall for that crap. Independent thought. Scrap all of it, all the rest. We're not paying attention to what they want us, the things that are putting in our way for us to stumble upon. No, sirree. We're not falling for those tricks anymore, are we, guys? Because we are doing this work. It's amazing how much of this Aries moon, which is, rah, 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 because it's in retrograde, is a little bit slowed down. It's a little bit, dare I even say mellow, but it's bringing us within more than you would think as this external, moon and full moon nonetheless. There's still a lot of this go off by yourself, stay connected into nature, get outside, bask in the cleansing glow of the moon, just like we do every full moon, Pinky, you know what I mean? It's this deeper purpose that is coming up, and that's because we have, again, that Mercury in Scorpio. We have a lot of other energies. Okay, and one of the ones I wanted to talk about here is the minor triangle we have. Now, minor triangles, let's see. I know our Mercury's in Libra. So, we do have already some like communication, open, more diplomatic energy just in the air, okay? But then we also have this minor triangle, okay, causing us to go within, causing us to fly, to leave behind these old ways, okay? Again, this is a triangle that is highlighting our Leo and our Venus and how we have fun, what is fun to you, just on a daily basis even, like what makes you happy and what is that heart pulling you to do, on a daily basis, to help people, to help kids, to help nature, whatever it is for you. Again, there's this conversation between that and the way you really act, the way you just impulsively act sometimes. And again, that's that conversation with Mars, Aries in retrograde. Again, stopping everything and using your energy to go within. Okay? Why? Because we're leading, again, not only to ourselves. You look at the Gemini North Node, which is the main focal point of the triangle. Gemini North Node in this discussion, again, with Leo and Venus and Mars and Aries. Having fun, and then wanting to have this drive to get better. This drive to do whatever your heart desires. Whatever is woo, love it. Whatever is. This is finding what our hearts desires. This is realizing what our hearts truly want. We've been repressing and suppressing our true heart's desire accidentally. It's been happening to us, basically. It's not like we were doing it to ourselves, Finding out what we really love to do. Things that can make us money. Things that we can help others with long down the road. When I first started doing tarot years ago, it was like, okay, and doing a lot of other things. I just did it for myself. I did it for my relationship, and it's blossomed into a whole spiritual thing, completely beyond anything, has grown me on the inside, which has grown me on the outside. I look in the mirror, I don't even recognize myself anymore. I feel so connected now, having cut away, these expectations, these thoughts, even beliefs that lead me in the wrong direction, that have led me. Even part of who I am, I had to say, no, that wasn't me. I thought, I did that, I did those things based upon these lies basically. And it is an awakening. It is a big awakening. We are reparenting ourselves. We are getting in there. We need to get deep into the inner child healing. See how this is the 6 too? And we got the little guy here, okay? And this is divine masculine also being able to do the same thing, to follow your, you know, this is divine help, divine feminine, in a way, helping her divine masculine through this process. That's how it goes, usually, okay? And again, the terms, the labels can flip. Divine masculine normally can flip at one time and be acting in the way. You know, it does happen. Stay open. Again, open-minded. People tell you, oh, this is how things are. What? You know, I mean, even if it, oh, that sounds good. I don't know. We're not, this is, you know, I'm from Missouri and we're the show me state. And this is the energy that everybody's having right now. We're not going to buy into this crap like we have been. We realize how much these advertisements have been hurting us, have been pushing us down, okay, keeping us down. And our burning flame and heart's desire is part of this awakening in this conversation. Again, we have Venus triangle to Mars and Gemini in the North Node. So it's like the awakening almost of this army of, you know, the universe of God, where we're reawakening with who we really are. And now we're able to fight back. Now we're able to find our true purpose. Again, hence Gemini in the North Node. Following our heart is not just, oh, fun. It is fun. Again, that's how you get in there. But then it leads to something more powerful, more deep, and more of, again, like connected to this new beginning. So pay attention to what you think is fun. That is one way of honoring yourself and getting to the next level, because spiritually we all have a deep, passionate purpose. And it doesn't have to be one, of course. But again, it's going to be most likely different from what you used to see from yourself. And it might be different from what, you know, you even been doing in the recent. And there might be, you know, kind of this period where things are weird, you know, uncomfortable. I'm not, you know, you might second guess, you know, some of this stuff. We all do it, okay? But this is really, again, it's being so real and authentic with yourself and your true self and your new healed self. When you get to that point, you know, when we go within, when we make this magic happen, when we get real, you know, with ourselves, okay, and allow ourselves that time to just sit in that stillness. You can call it meditation if you want, but it's just clearing out. It's like letting the water settle so you can see clearly, a clear reflection of what's going on. When the stuff's going on and, you know, the splashing is happening and the water is muddied, you can't see, there's ripples. This is leading us deeper. And it's taking a practice. That's the thing here. Commitment. This is not, oh, I did some inner healing work a couple times and now I'm healed and everything's supposed to be different. Why isn't it different? No, okay, let's go deeper. It's like if you have a yoga practice, if you practice a certain, even say, I don't know, religion, or if you're practicing piano, what are you gonna, if you're gonna get good at it, you're gonna do it daily. Basically, almost at least 5 or 6 days out of the week, right? This is all of this following our heart, even with this triangle and the moon, all of it together on this day. Okay, we're going to stop making things hard on ourselves. We're going to stop like pushing it down and suppressing this, what we really want to do. Okay, there's something that is trying to come out here with this full moon. It's being birthed. Something is being birthed into our lives, leading us to this higher connection, better thoughts, better thinking, more excitement, again, spontaneous action about this deeper purpose. Okay, and I realize this video seems to be a lot about that, but again, this is all cycles within the actual relationship as well. Twin flame mission goes with coming into union. You can't do one without the other. That's why the videos seem like they're not about you and your twin flame, but they are, because you're both doing the same thing right now. Your person's doing the same thing you're doing. They're honing their life. They're getting better. They're stop doing things in the hard way where their reactions and their actions, you know, we're not in alignment with their mental and their true emotional, you know, subconscious vibration. It's all coming into alignment. I know it's such a cliche to say that over and over, but it's the best word because you're getting that mental right. And once you get that mental, once you're focused, okay, then you start having these, you know, info comes to light, things start happening for you. And then you'll be like, all right. And then it makes your emotional build. You're like, yes, really getting momentum here, really building on this. And this is what we do with the moon as it changes throughout the month. This is our process, okay? Shadow work, shadow work, shadow work. We are gonna naturally, it's kind of like we want to be by ourselves. We want to shine, but we also want to be by ourselves, you know, which you got to love the internet for being able to allow us to do that, okay? So we have this purpose, this idea, you know, might have ideas popping up that we're being called to act on, that we're being called to, again, implement into our habits, our habitual energies. Make sure that your habitual energy is working for you. Remember, in alignment with what you want, okay? In alignment. We are the creators and the co-creators of this universe. That's why we have to realize at a certain point, wow, we're doing this the hard way. You know, I'm going to cut out the BS. I'm going to stop thinking these negative thoughts over and over again. I'm going to replace them with this new, you know, everything. This is the thing. When you practice your practices, you learn about stuff, you know, you seek these truths, you work with these old ideas and how you're letting them go. Okay? And you actually go within and you actually judge yourself in the same way that you judge others. That's the whole thing. And that's what's so important about the Bible. And it talks about that, you know, the sty in other people's eye, you know, and it's such a basic truth. It's so much easier to look at other people's mistakes. We naturally have something, you know, in our brain that guards us against us from even being able to see our own mistakes. It's called the ego. And when we get outside of that, when it's all you got to do is sidestep it, guys. We don't have to defeat it. We're never going to defeat the ego when we're in our bodies. When we totally defeat the ego, poof, we're gone. There's going to be nothing but hair and nails left on the floor where you were. That is ascension, which we are all going to. Don't believe these people saying, oh, there's only, you know, yeah, there's a lot of confused people. There's a lot of people, and the masses are always going to be asses. Okay, that's the way that it is. That's why this independent thought right now is so important. And it's important to tap into that side of yourself. Share your truths. Shine your light right now. Again, this mission is directly related to your emotional satisfaction in life. And when you have two people coming together, you know, twin flame, love, energy, whatever you want to label it as, guess what? You have two people coming together who don't necessarily have any desperation energy, needing energy. Okay? That's when you're able to come together, and that's when you're able to come together truly as this innocent child saying, hey, let's just play together. You know, I love you. You're so cool. You know, let's play. You know, and then let's meet up. That's all we want to do. That's all we want to keep saying, guys. Oh, the bond, not the external stuff that this world, again, puts on us to think that relationships have to be. Allowing your situation to be okay. Being here regardless of, well, I would rather see you more. I would rather be able, you know, to do this and this together, or things are different. But, you know, we're going to deal with this, and I'm going to be here for you. Okay? Because I don't need you to complete my life. Twin flames has been perverted into this thing that is exactly the opposite of what it's supposed to be, but that's what they do. That's what they did with the Bible as well. Okay? I could talk about that. Check out KlaireeBerry Sanctuary, another YouTube channel. I have some old videos on there. Not too many, so it wouldn't be too hard to find. But anyway, there's this awakening, and it is awakening with religion. It is awakening with the way that we go through life, the habits that we have. It's an awakening with the structures and the systems. I mean, how we have this Capricorn stellium still and all of this energy, okay? But yeah, this minor triangle is highlighting communication and mainly self-expression. Being able to be, say, dress, think, feel who you really are. Okay, it's powerful, it's strong. You can tell, like, in the tone of my voice, this is how it's going to come. There's a sense of urgency. Okay, this burning desire. Okay, but then there's this retrograde kind of stillness and otherworldliness that is also, again, taking us to new heights, taking us deeper and higher, the stuff that really matters for you and your person. Because if you're off track, your relationship's going to be off track. If you're having bad thoughts about yourself, you know, whether it's subconscious or conscious, both, okay, we're leaving behind the limits that we used to place on ourselves in many ways right now. Okay, again, first of 2 full moons. And there's going to be a conversation that these 2 moons have with each other as well. Okay, so yeah, a lot of idealism coming through. It's 9 degrees, you know, a lot of turning what used to be selfish energy into this selfless giving back. Okay, again, this has a lot to do with the law of attraction. We've had the star card come up so much lately, talking about the law of attraction. This is about that intention underneath of everything as well. And that's that part of that realness, that authenticity that just has to be there. In a way, you know, I always say, oh, fake it till you make it. Okay, in a way it's a good, but in a way, no. You got to believe it from the inside first. You know, yes, it's good to get in the habits and do the things that you think that you should do. But again, some things just have to be, again, taken care of first. Okay? And again, follow this passion. What is fun to you? What is, you know, it's not necessarily what has to be for the rest of your life, but it's going to be this new direction for fun for you, even if it's different than how you used to do it, how you used to do things. Okay? There's a little bit of, even if it's kind of embarrassing, you know, or annoying to start over in ways, we're still going to do it because we have this drive. We have this, you know, assertive, energetic Mars energy. Okay. And things are really going to, you know, you just wait, you know, till things pop back into, you know, out of the retrograde period that we've been in. Okay. We'll talk about that more. So be sure to check back in tomorrow for some more daily videos. Twin flame, love, you know, soulmate, whatever. I don't do the labels anymore. So we're moving past just that. And again, just going deeper and higher, deeper and higher. Much love, many blessings. Take care. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much for all your love sharing, comments, likes, all the support that you guys put forth. Okay. And don't forget, you can catch up with me on all my social media. I'm at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest. And of course, you can find all those links at KlaireeBerry.com. Okay. Talk to you guys later. Bye.